I'm here at the launch of CDI UK's programme in Hindtrees, talking to Richard Smart, who's going to be running the course here, and Dan McQuillan, who has long distinguished history indeed of community action with the use of technology. What have you two guys been talking about?
So we were actually talking about the fascinating area of social return on investment, because that's something I have been dabbling with at work, and the idea is to actually show some monetary value for the kind of community difference that I'm totally sure that this project's going to make in terms of transforming young people's lives, as Rodrigo would say. And I think it's really important for the projects, particularly at an early stage, to be able to show that the value of all the knock-on effects that they have in terms of making a difference to people's lives. Although, personally, right now, I'm still in a state of genuine inspiration about this project, and I think at the end of the day, the biggest thing about it is a social return on inspiration in a way. That's the kind of secret.
Just recap for us, Richard, that very nice presentation you did about what's actually going to happen here, and why you think phone apps are really going to make a difference to people's lives and the community here.
Well, I think ICT has changed dramatically. I'm not certain the national curriculum and mainstream education has kind of kept up with just how fast this has changed and precisely how disenfranchised young people are with what's on the table, if they are in education, that is. I think that, along with Dan here, I think that there's a real need to kind of measure things a lot more, and just talking about social return on investment, and I'm particularly interested in how we can gauge how effective we're being, what the kind of impact we're having is. I like Dan, I'm elated with how today's gone, and I think that I'm really interested to see how things are going to unravel and the different responses and even the obstacles that we'll encounter, I think, are going to be really informative. So,
and this is quite a substantial course. I mean, people are doing this full time. Yeah.
Well, we're going to be looking at having as much contact hours as we can in the pilot, and seeing how we can accommodate schedules and make it a lot more accessible for people who have different commitments.
And what was how did people take it in the pilot? How enthused were people? How long did it take them to get into the possibilities?
Well, we had a prototype of the prototype, which was a day working here on the 19th of February, and I think there were perhaps some initial, reservations or perhaps gaps in knowledge or just different levels of understanding with the group, which is typical, really. And I think eventually what happened is people began to use the iPhone, or I think it was the iPhone that was being used, they began to see the possibilities and began prototyping things and began thinking in terms of their worldview and using the literacy of their locale to really try to see how they can, read the world in the context of technology. So, I think possibilities are endless.
And that kind of chimes in with what we were talking about a bit earlier, Dan, about how technology gives a kind of different window into the world.
Yeah, I think one of the strengths, I think, of CDI is absolutely unabashed about starting from a philosophy, a different philosophy. In this case, Paulo Freire, saying, there's a different way to organise anything, education and society, but using technology to give us some juice, give us some power. I think that the possibilities of community change, as Richard was saying earlier on, I think is a totally true point in his presentation. It's not like young people don't understand the issues in their community, they do. It's just they're looking at that set of issues and feeling there's nothing they can do about it. And what the potential of a programme like this, using cutting-edge technology, which genuinely can make a difference. I really believe that technology is essential, but it's also making people feel the possibilities are different. They can look at the same set of problems and think, you know what, maybe I can do something about that. Maybe we can do something about that. And that's incredible.